Welcome to the show, guys. Evan Temple here with Warrior Poet Society. We want, before we jump into this video, to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor is sportsmansguide.com, longtime sponsor of the channel. Thank you, guys. You guys have been our source for outdoor accessories, hunting accessories, camping accessories, all kinds of guns and stuff like that. Well, you might even be able to pick up a DR920, one of these bad boys right behind me. So let's jump into the video. John's talking about being silent no more. It's a serious one. Let's get into it.
All right, guys, so I don't think it takes a genius to discern that we're losing our freedoms as a nation. There's a chipping away. And I just wanted to let you know, since I don't think anyone else likely has, that you're going to have to risk something, you know? Well, what I mean is freedom is going to cost you something personally. It's going to cost you. And it's either going to cost something now, a little now, or it's going to cost a whole lot more later, because actually staying free is hard and it's gritty and it's painful work. And I think that we have lived as long as we possibly could on the courage and the sacrifice of the patriots that went before us. And now, unfortunately, guys, it's our turn to sacrifice for precious liberty. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You get to discover today and tomorrow whether you are a coward or something greater. Don't bail. I mean this so well, and I'm going somewhere with this. It's going to be made plain to you when you submit to bullying, when you agree to be silenced by political correctness, when you fail to speak out for plain truth and the values that you hold most dear. You get a front row seat, in effect, to discover exactly who you are. Now, I'll admit all that seems rather grim, but here's the exciting part. If you find that you're a coward, you can decide instead to be brave. I've been a coward. I've had to decide to be braver. I'm going to have to do that again in the future. It's just hard work. Courage always is. You're never done. You're never just brave, stamp of approval. You got to work for it, and you can make a decision. You can literally just make a choice and swallow your fear. You grit your teeth and you speak truth whenever and wherever she's attacked. Because my brothers and my sisters, please, for your sake and for my sake, stay free, right? Now, for my own part, I have repenting to do, because here's this tough challenge, and it sounds like I'm talking down to you, but now I have to live with what I've just said. I'm kind of like, man, that spotlight immediately turns to me, and I frankly just have repenting to do, because I have failed in allowing fear of what others may say to silence me. Now, more lately, I've just been so bullied, I don't really give a crap what anyone has to say, but this other stuff, I'm going to be even more guilty of, because here's one. I've allowed big tech to addict me to their services. Also, I've voluntarily been allowing institutions, big tech, that hate me to gather untold amounts of information about me, which will absolutely be used against me by my own government later. I see no possible way that this won't happen based on our current trajectory. Another thing, I have allowed my government to take away more and more of my rights. I could have been more knowledgeable about politics and fought the weak and effete rhinos out there to get them out of office. So many of our leaders are just hopelessly corrupt, and they're enemies of liberty, really. And shame on me for not standing guard better. And this is my fault. And it's your fault. It's our fault, and we've just got to do better. We have to be politically in the know and demand representatives that actually will do what we say we do. Not these platitudes, not these empty promises, not these lies, but actually know what they're voting for and hold them accountable. We have got to do better. And I'm doing better. I'll do better still. Another thing, I need to repent of giving my dollars to corporations that hate my values. I remember I watched Netflix for way too long, until I finally canceled it forever when they launched their show Cuties, which is disgusting and perverted, pornographic display of little kids. It's grooming from what's... Anyway, you can disagree with me on that. I don't care. I think it's evil. I don't think it should be there. And I get to make the private decision of like, I'm going to cancel Netflix over that. And I did. But the point is I knew they were against my values in many ways, but just kind of like, I really like entertainment, you know, and I still have other pieces of entertainment. So I'm not real puritanical here, but I'll say Facebook and Instagram, I still use for entertainment purposes, not just business or connecting with old friends or finding out some bit of news that's important to me. I just scroll my life away. And I've got to do better. And another thing I can do better, I can buy from local businesses rather than doing the easy and convenient and fast Amazon purchase. So easy. Of like just add to cart and it shows up so fast. I'm like, man, that's amazing. No, John. Shop local. Find places that actually like me. Lastly, I want to repent of not being as good of a man, as brave, and as strong of a leader as I could have been. I could have done y'all such better service if I had been better than I am right now. Because I think the reality is this: a really good man doesn't tolerate evil. They literally can't. As Romans 12 says, love what is good and hate what is evil. And the better of a man you are, the less you can really tolerate. You know, if you love kids, you hate pedophilia. If you really love your wife, you hate exploitation. If you really love truth, then you really hate lies, right? And that's just the fact of goodness. But now we live in a world where people are offended by everything except sin. And really, I think it's upside down of like, no, evil stuff should be offensive to us, and everything else should be easier to tolerate, right? I won't tolerate the killing of preborn babies. There's like over 1 million a year, and I believe that number has sharply increased. And even now, I'm kind of like, oh, somebody's going to get upset. I don't care if you're upset about that. It's evil. You're just murdering babies. Go ahead, unsubscribe. I don't give a crap. You're killing a baby. You say, that's the mom's body. It's not the mom's body. Mom doesn't have her two heartbeats, a baby heartbeat and a brain, and it's all this development at 10 weeks and its own DNA structure, its own blood type, and 10 fingers, 10 toes at 10 weeks. It is a human life inside another human life. To kill that baby is to do just that. It is to kill a human life. I don't give a crap if you unsubscribe over that. I think it's a super evil thing. Yeah, I'm speaking out. I'm tired of being bullied. And I realize there's going to be costs. I realize some of you guys won't like what I said and you're just going to unsubscribe. And I say, hey, you are absolutely free to do that. I actually, it's okay. It's okay. But I'm just not going to be bullied anymore. You know, I don't think freedom can survive us, me as a conservative being silent anymore while we're ceding the field to radical leftism, which is politicizing every single issue where what I just brought up was a biological question. It's basically a baby. It's a baby that's a moral question. It's a biological question. In no way is that a political question, but here's the kicker. Everything has been eaten up by politics. Everything has become political. And then there's this looming political correctness. And then there's the fear of the mob, which would have me be silent as babies are killed. And I don't want to risk or offend anyone or have an awkward conversation or to not have you shop our store or join our streaming service or come to our class. I get it. I'm going to lose money. It's worth it. And that's what I'm going on this rant here because I realize, hey guys, freedom and truth, it's always going to cost you something. You just have to do it. And screw the consequences. Freedom's never been free. It is going to cost you something. But we got to do it. And you can, guys. Love you. Train hard. Train smart. Stay free. See you guys.